Hello and welcome to Off Track, the motorcycle racing podcast, and to the first of our World Superbike shows from Donington Park. You fine and very much appreciated audio listeners have got the jump on the YouTube crowd this week, as we're still waiting for the green light from Dorna to go ahead with the video versions. And as it's not 100% that it'll happen anyway, in the words of the great Paul Heaton and the beautiful South, we'll carry on regardless. There's an earworm for you for the rest of the day. First up, it's 10 minutes with Motorcorsa's young Italian hotshot Axel BASSANI, and then another 10 minutes with Barney Ducati's Danilo Petrucci. Such is the way the paddock media works in World Superbikes. We only had a 10-minute slot with each of the fellas. We didn't want to annoy the team press officers by making the next media late, which we didn't, which means we can confidently ask again when the chances arise in the future. Without further ado, over to Axel and Danilo in the Donington Park paddock for World Superbikes. Enjoy! Welcome to Motorcorsa Ducati. Welcome to Donington Park. But most importantly, welcome, Axel BASSANI. Welcome to Off Track.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think the first question that we need to ask is, how's the season gone so far from your point of view?
No, the season is good. We did a podium, in the first podium of the season in Misano, so we feel good. We are ready to start here in Donington and try to replay the result of Misano. It's not easy because this year the level of the Superbike is really high, so it's not easy, but we are here for try to put 100% on the track.
You kind of guessed my next question is how difficult is it to race at this level in World Superbikes?
It's not easy. It's really difficult because you need to be a real athlete, also on the track, but also at home when you prepare the season or the weekend of the race. It's not easy because you have to train every day and try to stay focused on your goals, and it's difficult, but it's also a good sensation because you feel to be a real athlete, and I like it. It's not easy because it's strange. You don't have a normal routine at home like your friends, but if you like to do it, it's okay.
What was the hardest thing that you had to adapt to stepping up through the ranks to come into Superbikes? What was the hardest thing for you to transfer onto a Ducati Superbike?
Ducati is not a easy bike. It's not like a Japanese bike. It's an Italian bike, like an Italian girl. It's strange, but when you find your solution on the setup, you can push 100%. But before, it's better to stay calm and try to understand the bike, because if you try to put 100% on the track with this bike and you are not okay with the setup, you go on the gravel. So you need to step by step, understand the bike, take the right feeling, and after you can do some good. But it's a really good bike. I like a lot. For me, Ducati now is the best bike on the grid, and we will see what we can do in the future.
One of the things I've enjoyed watching you this year, there's been you're one of the younger riders in the championship. You're so exciting to watch, but you don't take any prisoners on track either. You're very strong with your riding.
Yeah, I try to take my place between the big rider like Johnny, Toprak, Alvaro, and you need to be aggressive, because rider like Johnny and Toprak need to understand what you can do. So sometimes you are really aggressive, but it's normal. This is the super bike, the high level of motorbike in the world for me. So I try to take my place in this world.
Tell me about Barcelona and the races there. The smile says it all, because for me that was such a big battle with Rinaldi, and it showed this season just how much heart you have as a rider. So tell me about Barcelona from your seat.
Barcelona for us is not a easy track. It's always difficult, but we were fast. Race one was a good. I felt good with the bike, and I tried to go second, but Michael wasn't the same. So yeah, it's normal. We are two top rider, I think. Two Italian rider. We have the same bike. He have a factory bike, and I have a private bike, so I try to stay in front of him. But for me, Michael is one of the best rider now on the track. He did a lot of podium. He did victory, so I have all the respect for him. In Barcelona, we touch, and he go on the gravel, but it's normal. So for me, it's races. I don't want to put on the gravel a rider. In Barcelona, I only do a normal overtake for me, and we touch, so happen. It's races, and it's okay like this for me.
So maybe for some of our viewers and our listeners on the audio side as well, who maybe don't know your career, what was the journey to get to World Superbikes for you?
Yeah, I started in 2009 with my mini bike, and after I do all the category, like all the rider, I try to go on the World Championship, Moto2 World Championship in 2017, but wasn't my place. I feel really good in the Superbike paddock. So after I do 2 years in the Italian Championship Superbike, and after that 2 years I come back at the paddock Superbike, and I start my career in the Superbike. So now it's going good, and I hope to continue this way.
This feels like home for you now.
Yeah. For me, the paddock of the Superbike is the best on the world.
Through your career in Superbike so far, what's been the best memory for you today, up to today?
The best memory, I don't know. The first podium, I think, in Superbike at Barcelona in 2021 was my first year. We start the season like I spoke with my team manager, and we said, yeah, we start. We hope to arrive sometimes in the top 10, and after 4 races we did a podium. So for me it was incredible, like a dream, and for me, for the moment, it's the best race in my life.
What does the future hold for Axel BASSANI?
I don't know. This is a question for my manager, not for me. But the future for me is to finish the season in the best way possible, to maybe take a victory if it's possible, and for the next year, we will see. I don't know what happened. It's a really strange situation, because if you win, it's not okay. If you lose, it's not okay. If you are a normal rider, I don't know. I don't like it. So I don't know what happened. This is a really strange moment for the world of motorbike. I don't know what happened, and we will see.
What do you do to relax away from the circuit? What do you enjoy doing?
Nothing. Stay with my family, with my dogs. Stay with my girlfriend, and I do a really normal life. I think I am a normal guy, and I only want to relax at home and don't think about motorbike and nothing more.
Do you follow any other sports?
Yeah, I like a lot skiing.
Okay.
But I like a lot in general all the sport. But for me, ski the second sport for me, because when I was younger, I started with the ski to do a race of ski. So I like a lot. I live really near the mountain, so for me the best.
For when you were growing up, whose posters did you have on your wall? Who were your inspirations for your racing?
My idol?
Yeah, for your idols, yeah.
When I was young, was Valentino, like all the Italian rider, I think. But now I like a lot Marquez, because put 120% when you go on the track. But I like in general all the rider, because I know it's really difficult to be a rider now. So I respect all the rider. I like a lot Mark. I like a lot now Marco Bezzecchi. For me, at the moment, is the best rider on the MotoGP. So, but the idol is Valentino. Valentino is Valentino, no?
You say then that it's getting hard to ride a motorcycle now and to race a motorcycle. What do you mean? In what way is it getting harder?
So it's difficult to ride a motorcycle because the level is really high. So you need to push 100% every lap, every practice. It's not easy. You can't relax for a moment. And also out of the track, you need to be perfect, to speak good, to don't say bullshit. It's not easy. I like to be like a old rider. I want to say what I think, and not to put a mask on my face and I'm happy. No, if I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm not happy, I start to say what I think.
I think for me that's important, because you tend to have in certain circumstances there is an answer, but it's not sometimes the real answer. And to speak with your heart sometimes for me is quite refreshing.
Yeah, for me,
maybe not for the PR man or the PR lady or for the team, but for you.
No, but for me to say what you think is the more important thing to do. I want to go on the bed at the night, start to sleep, and I feel good with myself. Not to start to think, oh shit, I say that, but I think different. So I have all the respect for the person, but I only say what I think. So for me, it's normal. For at my home, it's like this. So
I understand. When you're at Argentina at the end of the season, and you're sat in the departure lounge, ready to fly home for the winter with the family, when you look back on the season, what will you see as it being a good season? When you go home happy, what would it make for that?
I don't know. Finish at the top 3, but also no, you put all yourself on the race, and make happy your team, because all the team works every day. It's an amazing job for my team to do. So I want only to be happy with my team, with also my family, and I put all I can to do. So no, nothing more. I don't want to have regrets. So I am a normal guy.
It's important not to have the regrets. That's for sure. Axel, thank you so much indeed for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us, and for our off-track, for our viewers and for our listeners. We wish you all the very best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We might be back out to Portimao later in the year, so maybe we'll catch up again and see how things go. But we wish you all the very best for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you. Bye.
We're still at Donington Park, World Superbikes, but most importantly, Barney Racing. Danilo Petrucci. Danilo, welcome to Off Track.
Hello. Thanks a lot.
Please, just for the start of this season, tell me how it's gone for you so far in World Superbikes.
It has been quite interesting. Sincerely, I expected to struggle a little bit less, because I was already riding this bike last year in North America, but with different tire. And unfortunately, I understood that it's completely different bikes, completely different riding style. So I really needed to adapt myself like I was a real rookie, even if I'm quite old. But yeah, up and downs. In Misano, maybe we found something interesting, but unfortunately, I didn't collect so much. I crashed when I was fourth behind Toprak one race. Then I had a big crash. So yeah, Sincerely, I cannot wait to continue to follow racing this year to understand which is my level.
One thing that it really is inspirational for me and for our listeners is you have come into motorcycle racing at a difficult level and worked very hard to get to the factory ride to be the top level. How was that journey for you? Tell me about that from your side.
Was my journey. I was long and tough because I landed in MotoGP coming from here, literally from Barney Racing in 2011 with a super stock bike, and no one did know me at that time, and especially coming from super stock, everything in MotoGP is new, and especially the level of the bike at that time was a more or less a production bike. For the first year, we had a CRT, means production engine on a racing chassis, but they were quite slow compared to the proper MotoGP. So was tough, but it was really, really tough. But at the end, I can't complain, and I'm still enjoying a lot racing. For this reason, I'm here because I was able to win a pair of races in MotoGP, and I want to do the same here in World Superbike.
What's been the biggest angle for you to adjust to coming to World Superbikes from MotoGP?
It's the bike are completely different. Let's say it's more easy to ride a superbike, but it's more or less the same difficult to ride faster, to ride the top 5. Yeah, it's exactly the same. The rider are so fast, the bike are so fast, and you need a lot of time to understand, because yes, maybe it's the super bike at the beginning is more friendly, but when you have to go as the top 5, to remove that second from your lap time is bloody difficult.
Have you had to change your riding style as well and your approach to each weekend as well to get the best out of the Ducati and the best out of yourself?
Yeah. I needed a lot to adapt myself. Was tough, especially during testing, because being quite new in this world, I was focusing in other area. I was let's say focusing on the traction on the rear end of the bike, but at the end we found that our weakest point was the entry of the corner. So from a moment to another, we start to concentrate ourselves to other things. But it's difficult when you are working a lot and the results are not coming. You never know if you are on the right path. It's like shooting a target, but always missing that target. But you never know if for 1 inch or for 1 mile. You are always out of the target, but you never understand what you are going to do exactly. And but at the moment, I think now I'm start to understand more about the bike and the tire.
Do you enjoy the learning process for taking the step from the Stock 1000 series to MotoGP to Moto America to World Superbikes? There's constant learning. How much do you enjoy that side of it, or does it become frustrating sometimes?
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you always expect, especially coming from the top position from MotoGP, you expect to not struggle anymore. But in fact, it's not like this. Unfortunately, as I told you at the beginning, you can be fast, but to be at the top, both in MotoGP, in Moto America, and here in World Superbike, you need to be really fast to work on the details. And for work on the details means that you have to have a really, really good base. And we are still looking for it.
What were your expectations coming into World Superbikes this year with Barney Racing?
Uh, let's say at the beginning I said I want to learn this year, but in my mind I said, okay, I have to learn, but I want to do some great result immediately. And this was not possible because the results were good, but not as good as I wanted. So yeah, it's nice to be here because the I like a lot the championship. I like a lot to ride this bike, also the riders, and yeah, let's say I want to wait this second part of the championship for understand if I want if I'm able to win some races.
Do you think that people watching on, so the fans of the sport, don't quite understand the level that World Superbikes is at in terms of expectation? Well, Danilo's going to go there. He's a MotoGP winner. He's going to clean up. He's going to do this. But it's not the case. It's no. The level is high.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for a rider like me that I'm quite different as a size to other riders. I always needed in my career something different. Not really something huge, but I also in MotoGP I needed to adapt. Especially the team needed to adapt the bike to myself because I weigh almost 20 kilos more than the other riders and I'm quite tall. So yeah, as I told you, the it's not for me the top 5 riders in World Superbike are more or less the top 5. The level is more or less the same as in MotoGP. Maybe as I told you, it's more easy to stay in the top 10 in Superbike, but just because there are let's say less rider with the competitive bikes. In MotoGP now, more or less all the bikes are really competitive. Here in Superbike there are more differences between also a track and another. So yeah, it's difficult the same way.
When you're in the departure lounge in Argentina after the final round and you look back over the season, what will you see would be a satisfactory season for you?
For me, it will be really, really good to stand on the podium one time at least. And then, yeah, constantly fighting to the top 5, being into the top 10. I said I wanted to be the best independent rider, but Bassani this year is really doing good. And especially it seems like he's not doing any mistake. And but yeah, at the end, I think I need some more time to understand my level. But for sure, could be a dream this year to stand on the podium at least one time.
Fabulous. Danilo, thank you so much for talking to us. We wish you all the best for this weekend and for the rest of the season. And maybe we'll get to do this again in Portugal later in the year.
Perfect. Thank you very
so much.
Thank you.
A big thanks to Lisa at Motocorsa and to Max at Barney Racing for their help in arranging the chats, and to Axel and Danilo too. As you know, Danilo went on to take his first World Superbike podium at Donington Park. Proof once again, if it was necessary, that podcasts do in fact make you faster. Drop us a like, follow, subscribe on whichever platform you're listening on, and if you can, leave us a review. The reviews help us with feedback and help us reach more listeners so we can share this show with as many people as possible. Anything you do to help the show is greatly appreciated, even if it's simply just listening. Thanks to you all. On the subject of thank yous, a huge thank you to everyone who took time to offer their kind words at World Superbike over the weekend. You made us extremely proud that you appreciate what we do, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much. And to the 3 fine fellas we met with Greg Haynes in the bar on Friday afternoon. Yes, I did forget to write your names down, but it was great to meet you, and I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Next week, it's KRT pair Jonathan Ray and Alex Lowes, and we're back in the motherland of Lincolnshire on Tuesday to record a show I'll simply call Roger Roger, as we get to sit down with 2 of the most famous names of the 80s and the early 90s. I really can't wait for that one. So until next week, as always, look after yourselves. Bye-bye.